think opening minds to different opportunities is great, but you have to be intentional. So as kids work through project books, how can we be intentional about, you really enjoy a fabric project book, you could actually work as a designer. I think being intentional about that is really important. And I think working with entrepreneurship is just being intentional about talking to them about, these are the mindsets. So I think a couple of people have mentioned, it's not about kids starting a business. It's about connecting them to their entrepreneurial mindset and how that things that they're learning within 4-H and through entrepreneurial programs can apply throughout their life. The resourcefulness, the willing to take risks, that can apply in personal relationships, that can apply within your family. So I think it's just an intentionality. So if you're nervous about it, just start being more intentional about these mindsets first. Use a quick entrepreneurial activity at the beginning to hook kids into the program. And then, believe me, all of a sudden you're running a weekend camp completely focused on entrepreneurship.
Knowing that people are kind of scared of that word, just trying to make it a little less scary, where, that's kind of, it goes back to the mindsets, just starting with one thing at a time and working your way from there. But then the other thing I'll also say is that it can go in any subject matter and any sort of experience that you have. It's one of those concepts that is cross-cutting. No matter what you're doing, you can always integrate entrepreneurship into it.
Perhaps the starting point is just to pick a program that you love or you want to improve, where maybe entrepreneurship could be introduced as just a component, or you could just nudge it just slightly in that direction. And an example from Missouri might be the 4-H Equine Tour, which is a state trip that takes teens who are interested in equine careers on a week-long field trip to another state. That's been going on for many, many years. Very popular event with older youth. And Debbie Davis and others in recent years have put more of an entrepreneurship spin on that event, showcasing, focusing the careers, the different parts of the equine industry that youth are interacting with, and then building in some reflection and some discussion about what are you interested in? What opportunities do you see that you might be able to contribute to that industry? So oftentimes it's not very far away. It's just, again, maybe seeing what we do in a new light and with an entrepreneurial mindset. And then the last thing to add might be, again, just thinking about who you currently partner with to do that program. If it's parents, are those parents that are their day job is as a business professional? Are they a CPA? Are they insurance agent, attorney? And that expertise then that perhaps they've not been asked to use could be a resource for talking about that entrepreneurial process. And alumni, I just think, we've found stories of 4-H alumni across the entire lifespan who've had incredible success in different places as entrepreneurs. And if given a chance to share their story and to connect that back to the Clover, they're often honored. And it often gives, of course, our young people, if they might already know that person, but a kind of new way to think about their own story and which way it's going. So would really encourage you to think about those alumni in your communities and across the state that might just be highlighted for what they do. And again, maybe a new kind of resource for new programs.
One of the main benefits that I see is, even if my program is not an entrepreneurial program, like that's not the focus, I'll always start with an activity related to passion, interest, and how we can parlay that into an entrepreneurial venture. It puts kids into a creative mindset that they can then take into the rest of the programming. And I think that entrepreneurial programming, thinking through that lens, really allows a space for many learners to learn in a way that is comfortable for them.
Entrepreneurship and the entrepreneurial learning is highly essential as a skill set for today's workforce. And as kids are having to make choices about what they do and what they don't do, and as parents are, in that conversation too, and kind of encouraging them, this is only a skill set that's going to become more valuable wherever they go and whatever they do, whether that's industry, whether it's education, whether it is their own self-employment. It also provides real world learning for students. So it really connects what they're interested in to something that's real. And I think we've seen in 4-H that it can provide kind of that pathway or that advancement opportunity, especially for older 4-H members and teens who, have had several years of project experiences, event experiences, and are ready for something else. They just might not know what yet. And I think entrepreneurship is an answer, similar to leadership and to other advancement opportunities that 4-H offers.